Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 5.4 PTB for Dead by Daylight. So we got a new survivor today, we got a new killer, and even a new map too. So for this video, I'm going to be checking out the new survivor and the new killer, going over their perks, going over the killer's power too. And then later today, I might put up a video of some gameplay, maybe trying out the new map too. But anyways, to start this off, we'll be looking at the new survivor here. We've got Jonah Vasquez. We'll look at his info here, go over his perks. So first of all, we've got Overcome, which, let's see here. You've calculated how much energy you can risk to expend. When you're injured, you retain the movement speed bonus for 2 seconds longer. That's kind of nice. Overcome causes the exhausted status effect for 60 seconds. Overcome cannot be used when exhausted. So we've got a new exhaustion perk here. Always good to see a new one of those. Don't know how good this will be compared to like a sprint burst or a lithe or even dead hard, the most popular one. So this would be something that will have to be tested out. First look though, it doesn't seem too bad. That movement speed you get when you get hit definitely does help you make a lot of distance on them, and 2 seconds isn't a short amount of time by any means, so this might be a decent perk to use. We'll have to do some testing on it to see how viable it will actually be though. And then next up we've got corrective action. You quickly analyze problems and correct others' work. When they make a mistake, you start the trial with 1 token and gain a token up to a maximum of 5 for every great skill check. When a survivor fails a skill check while cooperating with you, 1 token is consumed and their failed skill check becomes a good skill check. So, first thoughts on this, honestly doesn't seem that good. Might be good for newer players, but I feel like most, I guess, experienced players don't fail skill checks too much, so it might be kind of a waste of a perk, but I guess could be good in a situation where you're teaching a friend to play the game or something, they're not used to the skill checks yet. So if you're working on a gen with them, they mess up skill check, then it doesn't blow up and regress the gen a little bit. That could be kind of nice. I guess I still fail skill checks sometimes too when I'm distracted, so maybe it might be good for me in some situations too. And then lastly, we've got Boon Exponential here. When it seems like your number is up, you consider ways to recalculate the odds. Press and hold the ability button near a dull or hex totem to bless it and create a boon totem. Soft chimes ring out in a 24-meter range, so the classic boon text there. But here's the actual part. All survivors within the boon totem's range recover 90% faster and can completely recover from the dying state. So that's actually really good. I think boons are gonna be like the new meta, if they're not even already with Michaela's boon perks, but since you can have all three now, maybe more in the future, 3 boon perks all on the same totem, you could have, like, as long as you're in the range, you'll have a spot where there's no scratch marks, no aura reading, you can heal yourself and heal faster, and you can recover now from the dying state and recover a lot faster. So killers are definitely going to have to look out for boon totems a lot more now. I'm a killer main myself, and I already had to look out for them quite a bit because the shadow step would mess up my tracking abilities, and being able to heal faster is just good for survivors. So now adding this in the mix too, it's going to eliminate slugging if you're in the range, so definitely a very powerful perk, and definitely his best perk by far. This is the one I expect to be used the most from what I've seen so far. But yeah, so yeah, that's Jonah Vasquez's perks, the new perks in the game. Do a quick look here, see if there's any cosmetics for him yet, if the store will load. Yeah, it doesn't look like there is yet. That's okay though. They'll probably come in the actual release of it. But yeah, initial thoughts on the perks overall. This one might be useful. This one I don't think it's going to be very useful at all. I don't think I'll be seeing it too much, but this one will be. I'll be seeing a lot. I feel like this is going to be a very popular perk. So Yeah, I think he's a good addition to the game. He looks cool too. I like the little uh, lanyard he's got around his neck there, and I don't know what he's holding there. It looks like a tablet or something, but yeah, cool looking guy too. But yeah, now we'll switch over to what I'm most excited about as a killer man, the new killer here. So we've got the artist. So these arms off rip are remind me of the hag a little bit just because they're so long. But yeah, she's got a nice dress on there too. I think she has something to do with crows. We'll see in a second here, I guess. But that's what I know about her so far. I looked at the survivor perks before. Oh, loud noise too. I looked at the survivor perks beforehand, so I knew a little bit about those already, but I haven't looked at her stuff at all yet. So yeah, we'll start off. Actually, we'll start off with the power. I think that's the most important part. So let's see, what do we have here? From a wellspring of eternal agony comes a swarm of darkness, a wild and ferocious murder of ink-black crows. Press and hold the power button to charge birds of torment, so that'll be the power. Once fully charged, tap the attack button to summon a dire crow, which I guess is what she was throwing there a second ago. You can repeat the action quickly by continuously holding down the power button and tapping the attack button again. When at least one dire crow is summoned, it stays idle for a limited time. Spawning a new dire crow will extend the time the previously spawned dire crow stays idle. Tap the ability button to propel the dire crows into flight. So it's kind of, I haven't read the whole thing yet, obviously, but it's looking like a ranged killer, again, just from reading that so far. Dire crows can inflict damage for a short distance when flying. This is indicated to the killer by the dire crow's flight path. Once a dire crow continues past the flight path, it will no longer inflict damage but can now pass through any obstacles and reveal nearby survivors using killer instinct. That's really nice, actually. In this phase, dire crows will create a swarm around survivors they hit, allowing the killer to see the swarm's aura on the survivor. The survivor can repel the swarm by completing the repel action or entering a locker. During this time, the swarm's aura is not shown to the killer. A survivor being swarmed will receive damage if hit by a second dire crow. Okay, so this is I always like trying out the killer to fully understand the power, but from what I can at least tell so far, you can summon like a crow like she just did there, good timing on her, and then press the power button to launch it, and I think you can summon multiple, it seems like, before you launch it, and then in a certain amount of distance when the crows propel, they can injure people, but if they go past that distance, they still keep going and go through objects and reveal survivors that they go near. I don't know how long they actually go for. If it's all the way like to the edge of the map, that could be really powerful. And then I guess if I'm reading this right, if the dire crow after it's past its injured zone hits a survivor, it will create this swarm that reveals the survivor, and they have to go into a locker or use the repel action, which would be kind of similar to like getting the chains off of the Cenobite, would be my guess, to get rid of the swarm and get rid of the aura reveal. So seems pretty cool so far. I'm very interested to try her out, but let's have a look at her perks real quick, to see what we got here that might become part of the new meta too. See if there's anything like that new boon perk that people might use a lot. But yeah, first we've got Grim Embrace. Your act of servitude to the entity has not gone unnoticed. Each time a survivor is hooked for the first time, you gain a token. Upon reaching 4 tokens, Grim Embrace activates. The entity blocks all generators for 20 seconds. The session's aura is revealed to you for 4 seconds. So this might be not bad actually, I don't think. I like the blocking the generator for 20 seconds after you get 4 hooks. but I guess it only can happen once, so don't know how useful that actually is. If like if it was for like if you got a token every time you hooked a survivor, so you could do it up to 3 times. I guess really only 2 times would matter, but at least twice in a game and get some value out of it. It might be nice, but I don't know. That'd be something to try out to see how effective it actually is. And then we've got a new Scourgehook perk here. Pain Resonance. Overwhelming pain reverberates outwards into chaos. At the start of the trial, up to 4 random hooks are changed into Scourgehooks. You see their auras in white, so like the other Scourgehook perk too. Anytime a survivor is hooked on a Scourgehook, the generator with the most progress explodes, instantly losing 9% progress, and will start to regress. Survivors repairing the generators will scream, revealing their location. I think that is actually a pretty good perk, just by the looks of it. As long as, because I don't know how many hooks spawn in a game, but it shouldn't be too hard to get to a Scourgehook if there's 4 total in a game. You should be able to get to one at least semi-often. I know with the Halloween event, like there would sometimes be 4 event hooks in the game, and I would usually at least get 2 or 3 if I played the game well. And the 9% progress is a solid amount too, and if nobody's working on it, it blows up and starts to regress, so that's really nice. Definitely could be a good perk for gen regression, become part of the meta for that. Don't know if it'll be as popular as like a Pop Goes the Weasel, but it's still a decent perk by any means. Oh, and then we've got a new hex too. So you reveal the true power of the totems hidden within the remains. You see the aura of destroyed totems. Okay, so that could be kind of interesting. You can perform a ritual on a destroyed totem to resurrect it as a rekindled totem. The more rekindled totems that exist, the greater their effects. 1 rekindled totem reduces survivors' repair speed by 20%. That's not bad. 2 reduces survivors' healing speed by 20%. 3 reduces survivors' recovery speed from being down by 20%. 4 reduces survivors' execute opening speed by 20%. And 5, all totems are blocked by the entity. Ooh. So this will be kind of a, if you can get to 5, it'll be a counter to the boon perks, I guess. And I guess just getting rid of the hex too. I wonder how this works though, because there's 5 totems that spawn total in a match. I didn't read the last part there. When a rekindled totem is removed, its remains are consumed by the enemy. Okay, so you can't rekindle a totem twice. But yeah, I wonder how this works. So I guess when you rekindle it, that's when the hex gets put on it, would be my guess. Yeah, that would be my guess. I don't know how useful this will actually be though against boon perks though, because when survivors are running those perks, they're not going to be destroying totems. They're going to be just putting the boons on them. So I guess if somebody's running inner healing, could be nice. And if you're running hex perks too and they're destroying those, like other hex perks, could be kind of useful. But yeah, not really seeing too much value out of that just on first read, but I could be proven wrong once I try it out. But yeah, we'll do a quick look in the store here too. I don't think there'll be any cosmetics for it either. Yeah, no. So those will probably come with the full release of this update too. But yeah, that's the new characters. First thoughts. Jonah's looking pretty cool. He's got a nice boon perk there that I think will become part of the meta. And then we've got the artist too, who's also looking pretty cool. And we'll have to see how well her perks work once I try out some games with her. But yeah, that'll do it for this video. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll probably do another video today of me doing some gameplay with the artist, at least maybe Jonah too, so we can see how their perks work in action. So yeah, I'll put a card here if I do put those up, so you can go check those out too. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good rest of the day. Take care.